So we are going to discuss this one by one. First with the problem D. Let's do problem D. You have x to the power of negative 1/4, and divisions means that you should subtract the power with negative 1/5. So you have x negative 1/4 plus 1/5. So far so good? Can you understand? Yes, you can understand, yes? And now it's just next. I have an addition of two fractions. This will be negative 5 and this will be positive 4. So the answer will be x to the power of negative 1/20. That's exactly the same like 1/x to the power of 1/20. And if you are asked to write it as a root, then it will be 1/20th root of x. Any questions? Alright, the next one. This has to be first changed into index notations. So this will become x to the power of 4/7 divided by x to the power of 5/3. Same like x to the power of, in bracket, now I'm going to subtract one index from another index. So this is 4/7 minus 5/3, or x to the power of, I think I don't have to explain in detail how to subtract one fraction from another fraction. It will be then 12 minus 35/21, or 35 minus 12, 3, and then, correct? No, wait. 12 minus 5 is, wrong. 12 minus 5 is 12 minus the 36 itself is minus 24, so this is minus 23. Correct, yeah? Brother? Minus 23, yes? And then you have the 21 x, or you can change it into 1/x to the power of 23/21. Positive. The h, if you want to copy it, you may copy it now. The problem h. I think this is negative, so negative 5/6. It is becoming then x to the power of negative 5/6. I don't change anything. Divided by x to the power of 1/3. And since this is negative 1, this is positive 1, so it should be subtracted from 1/3. X to the power of 1/3 minus 1. This is equals with x to the power of negative 5 over 6. 5 over 6. And divided by x to the power of negative 2 over 3. So this is x to the power of negative 5 over 6 minus, in bracket, minus 2 to the power of x to the power of 23, 2 over 3. So negative minus 2 over 3 becomes positive x 5 over 6 plus 2 over 3, which I will convert immediately into something with the denominator 6. So this is becoming x to the power of 5 over 6 plus 4 over 6, or x to the power of 9 over 6. If you need to express that in fractions, it becomes x to the power of 9 and the 6th root of it, or x to the power of 6, x to the power of 3, and oh, I think I'm making a mistake. I forget that this one is negative. I forget that this one is negative. Yes, brother? I think I'm making a mistake. I have missed the negative sign. Am I right? Yes? Huh? Yes, I mean, I previously forgot to put the negative there. Yeah. Now, this becomes x to the power of negative 1 over 6, or 1 over x to the power of 1 over 6. 1 divided by x squared of, not squared, 6th root of x. So, got it? Yes, understand. Are you finished with J? No, sir. No, you may try first. Okay, let's do it now. Everything that raised to power 0, no matter what it is, what is inside is actually doesn't matter. Everything raised to power 0 will always be equals to 1. 1 times 1 over x, meaning you have 1 times x to the power of negative 1. That's all. Either you answer this or you have this. 1 over 6. Basically, it's just the same like 1 over x. Is it clear? So that's just 1 over x. 1 over x. Because this, whatever you have, how complicated inside the bracket is, you don't have to bother about that. Everything inside the bracket, whenever it is raised to power 0, it becomes always 1. Clear? Yes. Now, we go further with the next topic, which is a compound interest. One of the examples in the exponential equations and exponential functions is also called the compound interest. Besides the compound interest, you may also have heard the word the normal interest or simple interest. Simple interest. So today's discussions is about the simple interest and compound interest in a real examples. If you borrow money and you agreed with the person, the lender, the money lender that gives you the money to lend, then there will be questions like, how can I bring it back to you? How should I pay it back? Is it using a simple interest where my debt will be interest in simple way or compounded way? Let me give you an example. If you, Nicholas, borrowed money, let's say you borrowed with principal. Principal is the amount of money that you buy or if you borrowed for the first time. It can also be the principal, the first money somebody invested to other persons. So let's say you have $2,000. $2,000. If you agreed on a simple interest rate simple, let's say 1%, then the question is, if you borrow the money for 2 years, how much do you need to pay? The same questions once more. If you have this agreement of simple interest and you want to borrow it for 10 years, how much money do you need to pay if this is for 10 years? Do you understand the questions, brother? Yes. Can you guess, without my help first, how much money do you need to pay after 2 years? And how much money do you need to pay after 10 years? If every year, yes, if every year annually you have 1% interest. Interest in Bahasa is called bunga. Have you heard about that?
Yes.
Yes. Now try 1 minute. Just guess it. If you cannot do, just guess. How do you calculate the total whole money you need to pay after 2 years? And how much money do you need to pay after 10 years? Okay? I will pause the video. I will pause my camera. I will not film it. After you finish, then we can start again. I give you 2 minutes to think about it. Okay? You got the answers. Cool. So tell me then, how is with the calculations? Which one do you want to answer? The A questions, please.
For A, you have to pay extra $40 on $2,040.
How do you know $40? Because, can you give me an explanations? 1 year.
1% of 2,000 is $20.
Yes, 1% of $2,000 is $20. Meaning, if you have 2 years, how much interest do you need to pay? 2%. 2% or just 2 times $20, right? Which is $40. So after 2 years, you have to pay the interest first, which is the interest, $40, plus the principal money, right? The money you borrowed, the first main money you borrowed, which is $2,000. Yes, together it will be $2,040 that you need to pay. Very good. Now, the same idea you can apply for the B questions, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Can you give me a quick calculations then? So after 10 years, you have to pay first your principal plus your interest rate times principal times the time, correct? The time is So the principal in this case will be $2,000 plus, this is the principal, 1 plus I times T. So principal plus, if I go from there to there, plus the interest rate is 1% times the $2,000 times 10 years. Meaning you have $2,000 plus 20 times $200, that's right. So basically you have $2,200, and this is the formula that you can also apply next time, which is basically the same like the two of them here. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. You want to copy this first? Yeah. I want to stop the, you already copied it. I want to stop the video and start again for the new topic, which is the compounded interest. The compounded interest. Wait a second, I'm going to stop the video first.